You have an extension cord that the ends are damaged or wore out or has a short inside. Like this one, the connectors are loose and about to break. It could be a fire hazard. So I'm going to show you in this video how to easily repair this. So first we'll just take our cutters and we're going to cut the bad end off of the cord. If you have any damage in here, or if there's a short in this section, just cut enough off so that you get rid of the bad part of the cord. And in this case, I'm just going to cut it about a 1/2 inch or so from the end. And we'll just cut that right off of there. Make sure you don't have the other end plugged into anything so you don't get shocked while you're doing this. Next, we want to strip back about 1 inch of insulation. And I'm not going to press hard. I'm just going to score the insulation at my mark. This way you won't cut into the insulation of the individual wires that are inside the sheathing here. Once you score it, you can just bend that down and break it open. If you need to cut a little bit more, just do it gradually so you don't cut through the actual wires. And then you can take the insulation off and expose your 3 wires. And then we've got 3 pieces of insulation inside, and we'll just cut those off flush with the other cut. And then you're just left with the 3 wires that are inside. So you've got the black, which is the hot wire. You've got the white, which is the neutral, and a green, which is the ground. And this is pretty standard for pretty much all extension cords. Next, we're going to use our wire strippers, and I want to strip back about 1/4 inch off of each one of these. And then I'll twist those so I don't have any loose ends or any fraying of the wire. It'll make it easier to actually install the new plug. So this is our new plug. I want to loosen these screws back here for the strain relief so we can actually push our wire through there, just enough to where you can fit your wire in there. And then on the front you've got 3 screws that need to be removed in order to pull the plug apart and get to the connections. So first you want to slip this onto the cord so you don't get it all put together and then find out that you forgot to put this piece on. So slide that onto the cord and move it out of your way. So you've got a green, and that goes to the green, which is the ground. You've got a brass colored screw, which the black goes to the brass. That's a good way to remember that. And then the silver or the white goes to the white wire, which is the neutral. And this has the type of connector where you just loosen the screw and slide the wire in between this little clamp piece and then tighten the screw down. We'll just start with the ground here. You may have to loosen the screws slightly, enough to be able to fit your wire in there. See, that opens up and then you can put your wire in and clamp down on it. And then we'll make sure that we have it twisted so we don't have any loose wires. Slide the ground in there just like so. No exposed wire, and all the way up to the sheathing or the insulation as you press that in there. And that's exactly how you want it right there. So we'll tighten that down. And you want to get these connections nice and snug. A loose connection can heat up and cause you problems or even potentially a fire if it's loose. Next we'll do the white, which goes on the silver, which is your neutral, and then tighten your screw down. And again, the insulation is all the way up to the connector so you don't have any exposed wire. And then we'll complete it with the hot wire or the live wire. The black goes to the brass with the exact same method. And then we'll tighten that one down as well. And then this is what you're left with. Nice tight connections, no exposed wire, and ready to put back together. So then we'll bring up the other end, and this will only fit in there one way because of these little tabs. So just push it in there and then turn it until it fits in there properly. And once you hit the right spot, you'll know it. It won't be able to turn anymore. And then we'll reinstall the screws and tighten those down snug. The last thing to do is to tighten down this that clamps down for the strain relief, and you just want to tighten these screws down until you get them good and snug. Just kind of go back and forth one side to the other so that it clamps down evenly on both sides is the whole idea here. Not totally smashed, but nice and tight so it holds that cord firmly inside the plug. Now the female end, same process but slightly different on the back side. It shows you a strip gauge so you can hold your wire up here, and it tells you how far to strip the wire back. So I need to strip off a little bit more wire for this one, like that. Now we're stripped back according to the strip gauge. And then you've got 3 holes here, and they are labeled. It might be hard to see on the video. And then you still got the brass colored screw on one side, the silver on the other. You could use that method as well. And the green one. Now if you watch that inside the hole there, as you loosen that screw, and you've got to loosen this before you can install it. See how it spreads that little clamp piece away and gives you room to put the wire down in there? And then you will tighten the screw and it'll clamp down on that wire. So just open up all 3 of those enough so that you can see you've got enough room to poke that wire down through there and get it in the actual clamp. You have to open them quite a ways to open that up. So we've got the brass, that'll be our black wire. Push it all the way in that hole as far as you can, and then tighten the screw down on that clamp for that terminal. Get it good and tight and you're in. The next one is the green, which is our ground. Same process for that one. And the last one would be our white or the silver for the neutral. Tighten it down. Good and snug on all 3, and now you're connected just like that with this particular plug. And then one final check, if you have yourself a multimeter, you can, with continuity tester, you can use that to double check your connections before you plug it in if you want to. And I'm just putting it into the ground hole on the female connector and then touching the probe for the ground on the other one. You can test it and touch the other 2 and you shouldn't hear anything, so you know there's no short inside. You've got a thicker blade and a skinnier blade. The skinnier blade is the hot wire or the black. Got nothing on the ground, nothing over here. And we'll check the neutral. Nothing on the ground and nothing on the hot. So it's wired properly, and this cord's ready to serve you for another 10 or 15 years. And that's how easy and economical it is to repair an old extension cord instead of buying a new one. So don't throw it away. Pick yourself up, maybe a package. I'll link those in the description. And for a fraction of the cost of a brand new power cord or extension cord, you can repair it and make it work just like new. Do it yourself and save some money. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I'll link a video right up here I think you're going to enjoy. If you click on that video, I'll meet you over there.